Thank you. Good morning, and thank you for everyone attending. This is the meeting of the District of Stirling Licensing Board, and it's going to be held on Microsoft Teams, and today's date is Tuesday, the 22nd of February, and the time now is just after 10:30. I have a short announcement to make. Sorry? I have a short announcement to make to everybody attending the meeting. This meeting will go, it's being recorded and will go live on YouTube after this meeting for the benefit of the members of the public. Can I ask the members of the licensing board to mute their mics when not speaking, and also to raise their hand if they wish to ask a question, because that helps then with the recording. Officers who are asked to speak, can you give your full name and your occupation title before speaking, and that will be fine. Thank you. So let us make a start then. Agenda item number 1, apologies, please. Oh no, sorry, beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Let's do roll call. Sorry, beg your pardon.
Carla Roth, Deputy Clerk to the Licensing Board. Councillor Dodds?
Present.
Councillor Earl?
Present.
Councillor Gibson? Come back to Councillor Gibson. Councillor Houston?
Present.
Councillor Thompson?
Present.
Councillor Oxborough? I don't think is with us. Councillor Gibson?
Present.
And I believe we have apologies from Councillor Benison and Councillor Tolmarsh, but with 5 members present, that is a quorum.
Thank you very much. Councillor Gibson, do you want to take over now that you're back?
Thank you very much. Thanks for that, Douglas. Appreciated. Okay, folks, thank you. So that's apologies. Any declarations of interest under item 2? Taken none. No urgent business for myself under item 3. The minutes in item 4. Are members content to agree those minutes?
Agreed.
Agree.
Thank you very much. We'll then move to item 5, which is the old mill for Killearn. And everybody present and correct for that one?
I'm just going to let the applicant into the meeting, Chair.
Alice Silverwood
is now joining.
That's
Hello?
the applicant's meeting.
Hello there, welcome. You're the applicant for item 5, the old mill in Killearn, yes?
Hello, yes, Alice Silverwood here.
Hello, Alice. Councillor Danny Gibson, Chair of the Board here. Welcome to the meeting, which
Thank
is
you.
being broadcast live, etc. on YouTube, and it's being recorded. So thank you for joining us today for the item. We're just going to get the officer's introduction to the item that you're here for. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Chair. Stephanie Cameron, Licensing Team Leader. This is an application for major variation for the Old Mill Inn in Killearn. The application seeks to increase the on-sales capacity of the premises from 100 to 200. This is to include the outdoor capacity of 100 people. The outdoor drinking areas are already included within the operating plan and layout plan of the premises. However, the capacity has never been separate, which is why this application is coming before the board. They are also looking at changing their core opening hours on a Sunday to 11 AM rather than 12:30 PM and amend their children's access to allow children in the premises and outdoor areas after 8 o'clock, providing they are dining with an adult. No objections have been received from members of the public, and no objections or representations have been received from Police Scotland or the Licensing Standards Officer.
Okay, thank you very much, Stephanie. Can I ask the applicant if there's any contribution they'd like to make to the meeting?
Not really. I think I kind of sent everything in that I wanted to say, mainly that our outdoor area, we had a really positive response to it during, obviously, the COVID restrictions, and we now want to be able to use that to the best of our ability. But the idea of increasing the capacity is not to have 200 people on site at all times, but to give us the flexibility to be able to have a function taking place in the garden and to operate indoors as we would normally. So we're not aiming to fill the gardens full all the time. We just want to have that flexibility.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions or comments from any members? Councillor Thompson, please.
Yeah, Alice, good morning. I think you've answered my question, but what bothered me is, you know, we have a good Scottish summer. You get 100 indoors, 100 outdoors, and then the rain comes. How do you manage that situation when you can only handle 100 indoors, or is there capacity to take people but not serve them alcohol? What's your thoughts, please?
Yes, so we have a stretch tent in our garden which covers an area so people can be underneath that should it be raining. We also have large umbrellas that go over the tables. And if we were aware that we had a rainy day, we simply just wouldn't offer people tables without cover. And we would make it very clear that if it rains, that doesn't mean they can just move indoors, because yeah, absolutely, totally agree with you. The last thing we want is to have everybody suddenly try and get inside. But as you would in any restaurant, really, once you've got your table, we run it much more as a restaurant kind of service. So people are allocated a table rather than a pub where everyone just mills about.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm seeing no other hands. Can I ask therefore if members are agreed to the application before us?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the decision in relation to your application. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us, and you're free to leave the meeting now.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. Have a good day.
Take care. Thank you.
Alice Silverwood
is now exiting.
Okay, so that brings us now to item 6, which is the Premier Sunday Express at 29 Friars Street, and I believe someone joining us for that as well.
Yeah, we're just waiting on them dialing in, Chair.
Thank you.
Chair, we're waiting on the applicant's agent dialing in. Would I suggest we maybe go on and take item 7, the delegate, rather than...
If there's a little hold up, we could just maybe move to 7 as it's there. Okay, I'll move to item 7, which is a list of decisions taken on delegated authority, on pages 69. Are there any questions or comments from members on item 7? I'm seeing no hands, so could I just take it we're agreed to note?
Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed.
Okay, thank you very much. That's item 7.
Gordon Ainsley
is now joining.
Hello, Mr. Ainsley, can you hear us?
Good morning. Yes, I can.
Okay, good morning. Thank you. You're here to join us for item 6, which is the Premier Sunday Express, 29 Friars Street, yeah?
That's correct.
Okay, it's Councillor Danny Gibson, Chair of the Board here. So the meeting is live on YouTube and for the recording as well, just for your awareness.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. We'll just take the officer's report and then we'll come to yourself on this item. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chair. This is an application for major variation for Premier Sunny Express. The application seeks to increase the off-sales capacity to 25.1 metres squared and amend the layout to reflect this. The application also seeks to add home deliveries to the operating plan. The new layout plan has been omitted from the agenda, but I am sharing my screen now, which hopefully you can see the new layout as proposed. Happy to take any questions, or if you want to speak to Mr. Ainsley.
Okay, thank you. Can everybody see the plan there? That should have been in the papers, but just for the public record, it's on the recording now.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, no questions there then. Right, we'll move to the applicant's contribution, representative's contribution, please.
Okay, thank you, Your Honours. My name's Gordon Emsley and I'm representing Mr Ahmed regarding this variation. The background to the application is that my client took on the premises 3 years ago and is now at a stage post the pandemic where he wishes to redevelop and upgrade the convenience store. The store has had little investment over the last 25 years and is in real need of investment. The pandemic has given convenience stores across the opportunity for customers to shop a much more local range, and the refurbishment is designed to ensure the store customer has as wide a range of products as possible. The variation comes in two parts. Part one, when we were reviewing the existing layout, it became apparent that whilst the layout on the plan was correct, the actual calculation of this area was incorrect. And we think that this may have occurred during transition back in 2009 from the 1976 Act to the 2005 Act. So the corrected display space that should be there is 18.2 metres squared. Part two is we're proposing to increase the alcohol display space from 18.2 to 25.1. The reason for the request is an increasing demand for the range of especially of spirits, continental beers and wines. Since minimum pricing came in 2018, convenience stores have found that they are able to differentiate themselves from the large multiples by offering a much wider range. There is planned to be more chilled space, which is the area to the right in the kind of recess. I think it's 7 items. Sorry, I think it's shown on the plan as 7. So that's the chilled space, and then there's additional shelving, which is items 6, 5, and 5. One of the challenges that many retailers face with the growth is something called beer kegs. I don't know whether your honours are aware of that, but this is something that came to the market in the last 2 years. They're 5 litres in size and they've got a kind of carry handle. There's nearly 30 lines in the range nowadays and they take up considerable space. And that's the challenge they've got, is a number of retailers have had to unfortunately display them on the floor, which is out with layout plans, and this is to try and address this by actually having it on storage shelving to display it properly. The increased space would enable my client to service his customers more readily and ensure that he remains competitive with the larger licensed operators in Stirling. Mr Ahmed is an experienced licensed retailer for a number of years. He's a strong track record of being a transparent and diligent operator and has in his time of trading not caused any issues with compliance of the Licensed Scotland Act 2005. We note there have been no objections to this application from either the police, licensed standard officer or any residents, and on that basis we would welcome that the board move to approve the application. I'm happy to take your questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions or comments from members? I'm not seeing any hands. Therefore, can I ask members if we're content to approve the application that's before us?
Agreed.
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 Agreed. Okay. That's the decision on this item. So thank you very much for joining us, and that also does bring the meeting to a close as well. So close the meeting and stop the recording at that point.
Thank you very much, Your Honours. I'm obliged.
Thank you for your time.